This was really nice music. Hi and good afternoon from Frankfurt in Germany. My name is Johan and I'm very excited and honored to be your host today. So welcome to the API Innovation Summit, powered by the Commerzbank and its API cluster.
I welcome everybody on our conference here, wherever you are on your screens, and hopefully next year in person. And hopefully from this conference there will be a lot of energy and new ideas at what we can do better for our customers with regard to digitization and sustainability.
So we thought that would be really good idea to bring two topics together, the topic ecosystems with new business models and also the topic sustainability, or more the concept of circular economy.
Then we have circular use models. Circular use models are a little bit more interesting regarding the grade of circularity. And what you could imagine there is, for example, a headphone producer who has established a headphone on a modular basis, which enables that each component can be reused after his normal life cycle and can be reassembled, and then you can just sustain the headphone at all. And we are sure that the higher the grade of circularity, the more different actors are needed to enable for a circular economy, right? So you can't do it on your own. You need a network of different actors and companies. And that's basically what's beyond the mere supply chain. Then you go into the idea of ecosystems, networks, and alliances, for example.
And what we've done is we've said, how can we combine supply chain finance with the huge topic of sustainability? And that's where we then came up with this prototype in regards to sustainable supply chain platform. And the idea is we have the advantages of SCF, and we add to them all of the topics around sustainability. And then, maybe there's a couple of smart people coming around and say, hey, let's combine this data set with this data set, and suddenly we have a whole new product, whole new service that can be offered to customers. And always with a view in mind to make life more efficient and to create more value for the customers. And I think there's great opportunity for us in store in the next coming years.
And that's actually one of the main reasons why we do the summit here and why we wrote this white paper, because we won't and we can't do it alone, and we don't want to do it alone. We want to do it with you. We want to cooperate with you. We want to work with you. We want to do pilot projects with you.
We have Benjamin Junghans. Benjamin, hi. Benjamin is the director of Steel Digital, which is the gardening manufacturer's VC. And by the way, it's our customer, so I'm very happy to say that as well. Great to have you here today.
Thank you.
Live from Estonia, and we are very pleased to have you here as well. Henrik Rosner, straight from Estonia, as I said, and the co-founder of Fairown. As far as I understood, Fairown is an ecosystem that enables circular ecosystems.
There are several demands coming up. So first of all, demand for financing, as you just said, and in addition, we have demand for implementing regulatory requirements. We have a demand for banking APIs, so banking as a service APIs in the processes, and we have a demand for data exchange. And the good news is that we at the bank could support all of those questions or give an answer to those.
It's about the sales partners, it's about the management of every party involved, and also includes like making data available all over the ecosystem to understand what's been going on and to improve the services.
So you have a concept, think about the value proposition, choose products, choose sales channels, you're off to go. And it doesn't actually, there are no such a threshold to do it, as people usually think.
Yeah, so I guess it's about, all industrial companies are, hardware producers. And in producing hardware, you need to find ways to do that more energy efficient. And that's our homework that we need to do. And that's going to happen, let's say, over the next decades. And adding like this additional services like subscription finance and so on.
Is anybody having a good idea? You just reach out to me in LinkedIn and we'll see. Can we make it a service?
So you're still reading your messages on LinkedIn. That's a good sign. Thank you. Thanks, Henrik.
But while doing good. So feeling good and earning profit is something which could unite all of us to do something good. So I believe that is possible. And And that's why I really like the circular economy as the reason why Commerzbank chose this topic to speak about, because it's not only something which is also opportunity from business-wise.
Maybe I can start, because as I said, there will be a huge demand for exchange of data, and without technology, that just won't happen. And there are, when you look for supply chains and when you look for transparency in supply chains, we're talking about exchanging data across a lot of countries. And without technology, I have no clue how that could be done. So
I believe that if the brand who is providing the trust there, so for example Stihl or Apple or anybody who is telling to their consumers that, hey, there is a new type of deal what we could do, like please use our product for some time and then we will renew it for you and give you the new one and make some good use of the old one.
For sure, if you're a company like Stihl that has strong roots in the forest, it makes totally sense to protect the forest. And this is why we, for instance, also invested in a company that is detecting fire earlier than satellites do or than any other things do. And this is, let's say, our answer that we want to, let's say, be helpful in protecting the nature. And this is also where our tools come into place, like working together as humans in the nature and being helped by our tools.
It requires many people to be ready to accept used goods instead of new ones, correct?
Yes, it does. So it does initially customers being ready to think about more as a usership and not think about, for example, consumer technology as something what they want to inherit to their children and keep in drawers. So it's nobody knows when you want to go to the corner of the street and sell your used laptop with cash to some stranger. So we are taking this part of your consumer's life away. So that's kind of what we are solving.
I mean, that is what banks stood for during the last 150 years. For example, Commerzbank, they stand for trust and for security. Banks know how to secure data, how to secure data accesses, how to make it data protected, how to make it compliant. And therefore, I think most definitely, yes.
As Tim says, we need to rethink the way we produce and consume, and we need to transform our linear economy into a circular economy to be able to create a positive ecological, economic, and social impact.
It's vital to discuss in what manner we use our products, whether we consume products or we just use them. This is very much important to understand how the circular economy of the future works. The digitization is important for the circularity, and those business models, they need to do the same. So with Cradle to Cradle, this is a path, a design concept, very specific, and this is really not the future, this is the present. This happens right now with more than 300 companies globally and more than 8,000 products already on the market, from cleaners to paper products, from chairs up to big structures. And I think it's important to understand that mostly of our business models will definitely change in terms of from linear to circular. We need to do it because there's only one planet, of course, but I think we're definitely not too many people. We are in charge to change that now, and especially see those opportunities, because actually this is going to generate higher value throughout the supply chain, and not from cradle to grave, but from cradle to cradle.
My dear guests, stay healthy, stay curious, and let's continue turning businesses upside down when it comes to the aspiration of sustainability.